Hi, welcome to episode 11 of the podcast. My name is Daniel Fernandes. This is the first episode 11 I've done of any season, so let's take a moment to celebrate. Anyway, thank you so much for tuning in. I know you could have been doing so many other things, okay? You could have gone to the mall to watch a movie or gone to the beach to chill out, but instead you chose to stay at home and watch my podcast, and that means a lot to me. Okay, before we proceed, don't forget to hit like on the video right now. Do it right now. Okay, subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me on Instagram, and pay as you like after you're done watching this episode. It's been quite an interesting week. Okay, here's an update on last week's episode. I spoke about the boys' locker room incident, and there has been a development. Okay, the Delhi police put out a statement saying that one of the screenshots that had a guy named Siddharth who suggested gang rape was actually a girl who had created a fake profile, and she was testing this guy she was chatting with. So she suggested gang rape to see if he had a good character. I'll say this again. A girl created a fake profile and suggested gang rape to a guy she was chatting with to see if he had a good character. Wow. If good character is what we're looking for between these two people, we already know who doesn't have it. Siddharth. So the guy said no to the gang rape and he blew her off, and I guess he shared a screenshot of that conversation with his gang of friends, and somehow it got out during this boys' locker room incident. And although it isn't part of what those other boys were discussing, it doesn't really take away from the fact that what they were doing was still wrong. Okay, but let's talk about this girl for a second. Look, I get it, right? I get it. It's important to do due diligence, okay? When you meet someone new, like maybe she liked this guy and she wanted to be sure if he was worth pursuing, So she set up this chat to see what he was about. But she suggested gang rape, dude, straight away. Like there are so many other questions you can ask a guy to test his character, like do you believe men and women should have equal rights? Do you support animal cruelty? Do you have an iPhone? So many questions. See, I definitely think that you should do due diligence when you meet someone new, okay? I always say that you should treat your love life like a business venture, so that you don't have egg on your face after a few months. So ask the right questions, like do you have a job? What's your growth potential? Are you going to tip the waiter? You have to check for compatibility, like just because you're attracted to someone doesn't mean they're good for you. And here's the mistake we often make, like we only equate positive emotions to love. Like if I have feelings for somebody, then it has to be good. No, sometimes people who love you will treat you like shit, and then you'll think that's how love is supposed to be, and you'll keep wanting more of it. And then a few months later your friends will tell you, oh my god, I think you're in a bad relationship, and you're just like, no, yeah, that's not true. He hits me because he loves me. So, yeah, make sure you test his character first. But don't ask him if he wants to gang rape someone, okay? Anyway, moving on. I read something in the news the other day that just blew my mind, okay? You must have read this too. I think it was in the Times of India. It was a headline that says, Tirupati, no cash for daily expense. The world's richest temple trust, Tirumala Tirupati Devasthanam, said it lost rupees 400 crore revenue during the lockdown and does not have enough cash to pay salaries and meet daily expenses. Officials said it is deliberating on ways to resolve the crisis without having to touch its 8 tons of gold reserve and rupees 14,000 crore fixed deposits. What? Can somebody please explain to me why a religious institution has 8 tons of gold reserves and 14,000 crore of fixed deposits? That makes no sense at all. That's an obscene amount of wealth, okay? And I don't think it's just Tirupati, okay? Let me see how much money the Catholic Church has. Hold on a second. Like I know for a fact they have a lot of money. Hang on, let me just pull this up, okay? How much money does the Catholic Church? One second. Holy shit. The Catholic Church is worth 15 billion US dollars. Jesus Christ. With that kind of money, you don't have to go to heaven. You can build it. Okay, you can just call up Elon Musk and go, hey man, how's it going? So we have 15 billion US dollars. Can you find us a nice plot of land on another planet and build heaven for us? Yeah, we'll give you the specifications. Okay, the gates have to be made of pearls, of course, and we want a Rolls Royce to pick us up once we get there, and we'd like individual villas for everybody, and each villa should have a private butler. You can hire atheists for that. Also throw in a jacuzzi, a home theater system, and for outdoor entertainment in the evening, build us a football stadium so we can watch Cristiano Ronaldo do tricks for us. No, we don't want Messi. Ronaldo is better. Just trust us on that. Okay, what's that? How are we going to get there? I don't know. Just build us a space cruiser or something. You know, no, we're not going to be dead. Why? Because we have 15 billion US dollars. Okay, now hurry up. Chop. Guys, come on. How is no one seeing this? Okay, wasn't religion supposed to be about worship, salvation, and love? When did it become about fixed deposits? Okay, like who needs the money? Seriously, who's spending all this money? Who needs it? God? The priests? Like, I thought priests were supposed to take a vow of poverty, chastity, and obedience. 15 billion US dollars or 14,000 crores is not a vow of poverty, okay? That is fuck you money. See, we know for sure that God doesn't need the money, okay? Because many years ago, he said, let there be light, and there was light. You know, similarly, if he needs money, he can just go, let there be money, and there will be money. And even if he had money, what would he spend it on? Statues. By the way, here's a fun fact, okay? With 14,000 crores, you can build 4 statues. So that rules out God and the priest. They don't need the money. Is there anyone else who could benefit from all this money just lying there? Is there anyone at all? Of course, this money is not earned through manufacturing or sale of goods and services. You know, these are largely donations. And this is because religion has successfully convinced us that if we give God money, God will give us more money. And this is what everybody believes, okay? Which explains why there are no poor people in the world. Look, I'm obviously an ignorant person, okay? I have no idea what I'm talking about. So correct me if I'm wrong. But if God is omnipotent, like you believe, couldn't he have just said, hey guys, hi, I'm God. I know all and I see all. So just be a good, kind human being and I will reward you with prosperity in proportion. And any money that you think you need to donate to me, give it to these guys instead. Okay? I hear there's a virus going around and they might need it more than me. Yes, I do love you and I could cure you with the snap of a finger, but where's the fun in that? Anyway, don't forget to like my video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Cheers. Speaking of God, the Prime Minister of our great country delivered a speech on Tuesday. And what the hell was that? Okay, this is not just my reaction, okay? It's everyone's reaction. All of you guys felt the same way, okay? He took 33 minutes to say that there was going to be a 20 lakh crore stimulus package for the economy, the details of which would be announced by the finance minister, and that we were going to have lockdown 4, the details of which would be announced by the individual state governments. It took me 15 seconds to say the exact same thing. Everything else in that speech was so unnecessary, okay? And it was a lot of fancy words that most people couldn't understand. Like, I think even Shashi Tharoor after a point was confused. Like, even he was like, I simply cannot comprehend this amalgamation of recondite locution. I don't know what the fuck that means, but it means that even Shashi was confused, okay? Like, Modi ji, itna hi bolna tha. So you could have just sent us a WhatsApp message, na bro? इतना सब बात करने की क्या ज़रूरत है? Like, let's start hearing some tangible shit in your speeches, you know? Like, मित्रों, this is what we are doing with all the money from PM Cares. मित्रों, these are our testing numbers. मित्रों, I don't give a fuck about migrant workers because ये election थोड़ी है. Honesty. That's the kind of honesty I think this country deserves, you know. Like, I'm convinced Modi ji lied when he said that he didn't finish school because those were some ace viva skills if I've ever seen any, okay. इतना घुमाया उसने कि बॉम्बे के टैक्सी ड्राइवर्स भी शर्मिंदा हुए, okay. See, a good speech is usually like a 3-course meal. You have starters, mains and dessert. But Modi ji just seems like the kind of guy who, if he invited you over for dinner, he would serve you 15 rounds of just starters, most of which would be dishes that he couldn't pronounce. And then by the time you got to main course, you were already full. And it's funny because our previous Prime Minister was largely silent. And this Prime Minister loves to talk. And between the two of them, nobody's really saying anything, you know. I mean, he did say some very obvious stuff like we need to be self-reliant. Or if you want to sound like you just OD'd on a Hindi dictionary, Atmanirbhar, you know. Yeah, dude, because of this lockdown, we are all self-reliant, okay? I can now cook, clean, wash, disinfect, and do my taxes, okay? My profile is now available on shadi.com. Go check it out. Interested parties can send in their applications of interest with income tax statements from the last 3 years and a copy of PAN card. He also said that we should support local brands so that local brands can become international brands. And I saw a lot of people calling out Modi's hypocrisy because apparently he wears Maybach sunglasses, Movado watches, he uses Mont Blanc pens and BMW cars. And a lot of people are criticizing him for that, you know. And I think these guys should be ashamed of themselves. First of all, I think they're just jealous. Okay. And secondly, you need to know that it doesn't matter what foreign brands the Prime Minister is using because Mukesh Ambani will buy all of them and they will become Indian brands. But I do want to show solidarity to our Prime Minister. So to support his idea of being vocal about local, I have decided to only buy mangoes that have been grown in India. Okay. So that way both he and Akshay Kumar can be proud of me. I'm actually looking forward to the next speech, which is going to be like 3 weeks from now because that's how long it is going to take to write it. Okay. But here's a fun thing that you can do. If the speech is at like 8 p.m., tune in at 8:20 p.m. and you still would have not missed out on anything important. Let me see if I can take a comment from a fan. I've actually had a bunch of you writing in asking, how do I deal with procrastination? I actually do have a few tips that I can share with you, but I'll tell you another time. But I have some suggestions for shows that I'd like you to watch if you have the time, okay? If you're on Netflix, all of these are on Netflix. Number one is Wentworth. Wentworth is the show that inspired Orange is the New Black. So check it out. But it's not like Orange is the New Black. This is it's a proper prison drama. You will love it. Like what 97% female characters, very strong characters, and if you like this kind of stuff, you will thoroughly enjoy it. The writing is fucking brilliant. Okay, so check it out, Wentworth on Netflix. If you're into sci-fi and thrillers, then I recently watched this movie called Mirage on Netflix. It's a Spanish movie with subtitles, of course, but it is so good. It kind of like it's a very nice Interstellar without all the razzmatazz of that particular movie. So go check it out. And a movie I definitely think all of us should watch. It's The Platform on Netflix, another Spanish film. It's a movie that is so relevant to whatever we are dealing with today. And I think if you watch this movie and it hits you, you'll be able to empathize with people around you much better. But tip, don't watch this movie while you are having a meal. Okay, so check this out. Let me know what you thought. And with that, I'm going to wrap up this particular episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow me on Instagram. Like I said earlier, pay as you like if you want. Links in the description below. Send me suggestions, guys. Comment and tell me what you want me to talk about, and if it's interesting enough, I'll pick it up on next week's episode. This was a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed watching this. Take care, be safe, and be Atmanirbhar. This is Daniel Fernandes signing off. Goodbye.